Hello, the internet! It is Saturday, the 13th of May, 2023, and welcome back to the channel. How many times has this happened to you? You order something on eBay, and when it arrives, it didn't match the image that the seller used in the advertisement. Well, it's happened to me a bunch of times. Sometimes it happens when you don't expect it. Sometimes you're like, okay, I can still use that product. Other times, like the time I'm going to talk about on this particular live stream, is when the item will not work for you. What happens? How can you resolve it? Why does it happen? I mean, I guess we're not going to answer that question because we're not the seller, we're just the lousy buyer. But I want to just walk you through what happened with me in my scenario. So if you are watching this, please smash the like button, do the thing that the YouTube algorithm dictates you do, tickle on the notify button and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I'm going to tell you my story. I don't know if you can see down on the floor there. Oh, you can see the tail end of them. I'll get them up here. Let me just get these here. Oh, I'll just get one or I get both of them. I'll just get one. Yeah, I'll just get one. So what we've got here is shock absorbers, Rancho RS9000 XL shock absorbers. These guys are for Govan, my Mitsubishi Telica. There is a requirement that the front shocks need replacing. It's a job that I did on Stevan, so I'm well aware of how this thing works. It's quite a simple job. Even I can do it. It's that simple. The problem is this shock absorber, and there's two of them, one for each side of the front, is not the shock absorber that I thought I was buying because of this. See this little footing here? This bar pin? That pin is not there in the description on the eBay ad. Now, I've got that here for us to look at. I'm just making sure I don't dox my address, even though that's not a huge thing. Anyway, here we go. So, as you can see, can you see if I make this larger? This is the item. Now, in the description, in the image, by the way, in that image there, you can't see it because, or in this, I haven't got it all here, but obviously this comes on here and blah, blah, blah. I haven't set it all up, but the basic point of this description or this illustration, this show and tell, is that look at this image and note that the bottom where this thing has this bar pin, in that image, the bar pin is not there. Now you might say, well, dude, why don't you just take the bar pin out? It's not that simple. It's not a screw. Like, you can't just unthread it and pull it out. The pin goes all the way through. I did a little research. Some people have put it in a vise and bashed it out. But then, of course, you run the risk of ruining the gasket and blah, 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 blah. Overall, if you receive an item that you didn't buy, where do you stand on eBay? That's the point of this stream. And in this instance, I'm here to alert you that this seller, what are they called? This seller is called 4WD One Store. 4wd drive one store. So a pretty lousy name, but there you go. And by the way, this pricing, $300 for two of them, is quite good in terms of, you're going to buy from a four-wheel drive outdoor store, you're going to pay around about $250, maybe $230 each. So getting closer to the $500 mark for a pair. These guys selling for $300 for two of them. That's quite a good sale. And that's probably what they're banking on, because if you do buy from them, when you get the item, you quickly realize that it's the wrong one. Yo, Drumzilla, how you doing, man? You can't get them out. You need to grind them, or like you said, bash them out. Either way, you need bushings. Yeah. And by the way, g'day, Drumzilla, James Emmy. Yeah, thanks, man. And that's why I wasn't going to bash that out. I was like, nah, dude. So this story does have a good ending, because in this instance, four-wheel drive one store, we got into a discourse. We got into a conversation, and I said, look, at this particular point, I can't use these. This won't fit on my vehicle. This is not the right fitting. I can't use them. And then they said, oh, they're the wrong ones for your vehicle, which I said, no, they're not. They're actually the right size for my vehicle, but you sent the wrong one. To which they said, in the description of their item, it says, the item does not match the image. The one that we will send has the bar pin. Now, I've got that here. Well, it's right here. You can see it. Scroll down. Item specifics. Sharioki owners, grab yourself a bargain on this front Rancho RS 9000 XL rider, blah, 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 blah. Shock majors, 520mm open, 340mm close. Picture is for illustration only. Here we go. The picture is for illustration. Shocks will have the bar pin mount through the lower shock eye. So the question begs, if you're going to sell the item that has the bar pin, so if you're going to sell the Rancho RS 9000 with the bar pin, why would you put in the image, the only image, why would you put the one without the bar pin? That's a very strange thing to do, right? It's obviously misleading, and it's misleading with the cheaper price to get people like me caught off guard. So I'm more worried about the sizing. Will this thing fit my Delica? Is it the correct length? Blah, blah, blah. And I overlooked the description because I started reading it and I thought, the shock, and I'm reading this, the measuring 520, yeah, okay. And I went down and measured under GoVan, 300, it's actually 341 exactly when it's closed. And I was like, that's going to fit perfectly. So I was like, wicked, man, that's my guy. Went back up, checked the image. Yep, that's perfect. You know, I know how it fits in there. And because I've done the job before, I know how that slides in underneath, and everything was good. And so I ordered them. When they arrive, what the fuck is this black thing? And the thing is, these came last week, and I knew that probably on a day when I start work late, I could get in and do the job. So that's why they're down on the floor. I opened all the packaging up and laid them out, and I had it all ready to go. And it wasn't until about a day later, and by the way, I'd put all the boxing in the rubbish, and the garbage man had come, and it was basically all I've got is this. And I was like, I was about to take them downstairs to sort of just put them next to the van for the job. And then that's when I noticed the black thing. And I was like, what the fuck is that black pin there? So then I did a little research. Can you take that black pin out? And apparently, as James says, it's very, very difficult job to do. So then I reached out to the seller, 4-wheel drive one store. And I just said, hey guys, the thing you sent me doesn't match the image. So then we had the discourse. But I will let you know, and I'll show it to you here. I have been refunded. I'm going to definitely cover my address here. You got a refund. A total of $299 was sent on the 12th of May yesterday. So at this particular juncture, they did refund me. In my conversation with them, I said, I don't have the packaging for these. I don't have the box for them. If you want them back, you got to organize a courier. I'm not going to the post office. I mean, a shock absorber, it's pretty dang heavy. Actually, I can tell you how heavy it is with my scales here. What is that? Let's take that off now and see where that went. That is 5 kg. Hey Siri, what's 5 kilo? 10.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the home app associated with this HomePod.
My HomePod's been sketching out lately. The internet's fine here. Trust me, we've got fiber, everything's fine, but the HomePod's been sort of dropping the connection. So 10 kilograms to go and ship that back to Queensland because they sent the wrong one. I said, no, you dudes, if you want these back, you organize a courier to come here and pick them up, and they're going to be open like this. I don't even have a box for it. You organize it. Before I even knew what had happened, they'd refunded me without even replying. So there's no correspondence. They just refunded my money, and now I have this set, and I'm going to obviously have to order the correct set. So it's a little misleading, James. I reckon it's intentional, but you always read the description. Yeah, of course. And I'm not going to say I didn't read the description. I'm not going to suggest I didn't even see that. I would have seen that. I would have seen that. And I would have thought, what the fuck is a bar pin mount? I'm just trying to think back to what I did think when I saw that, because I would have seen it. I would have read everything. I wonder, I mean, I probably thought, when I saw that, I probably thought a bar pin, I can probably just slide the bar pin out. I guess I wasn't expecting, or I didn't think long enough that a bar pin mount would mean a completely separate product. The reason, now I'm remembering. The reason I didn't think so deep on that is because I did a search, and it's very difficult. Check this out. Go over and do a search, such as the one I've plugged in already. Rancho RS9000XL with bar pin. Look, if you go through this and you search down, and I've already pulled up one here. I'll close that one to show you that I'm doing it live. Every time you click this, so there's hemiperformance.com, Shop Snake Racing, Go Rancho, RA Rodeo. Go Rancho has already come up. Amazon.com. Check this. None of the search results have the bar pin in it. Even though I've searched for bar pin. There's one which doesn't have it. This one has a different top mount, but it hasn't got the bar pin. Not even on the Rancho website does it have the bar pin. So, get out of there. I don't want to chat with you guys. Get off there. Doesn't have the bar pin. That's after searching. Oh, that's already one we've seen. There's one with the bar pin. And by the way, isn't it interesting that that's not the search number? Rancho RS999255, and they've also put the RS9000XL. So is this the one that has is this the product number of the one with the bar pin? And in that case, why would you put RS9000 if you're selling the other one and then put the wrong image? So basically what we're seeing there is completely misleading. However, in this instance, it's worked out completely fine because I have a refund. Now, I guess my point here, or my suggestion to other viewers, if you order something from eBay, turns out it's the wrong item, or the advertised item doesn't match what was shipped, before you start getting your knickers in a twist, drop them an email and say, hey guys, what happened here? Like, and they might say, oh, but we mentioned that. And then you could say, yeah, that's a little bit sleuthful though, because you've got the wrong image, but you put it in the description. It's kind of like saying, it's like when someone pushes you off a cliff and they say, watch out, cliff. And you're like, yeah, but you pushed me off it. Oh, it's not quite like that, is it? Trying to think of a decent metaphor and I'm drawing a blank. All I'm getting at is there may be a course of action that you can take if you can get into a discussion with them. Now, James, I did see your comment, out comes the hacksaw. I mean, there's that. Like, should I try selling these on Marketplace for like $100, $200 for the pair? Would somebody buy these unused, $200 for the pair? Or should I just say, all right, I'm getting this freaking bar pin out, hacksaw it out. It's not going to work though, is it, dude? It's a sealed unit. Then I got to buy new bushings. I guess we should look at what that cost is, right? RS9000 XL bushings. Rancho replacement urethane shock bushings. No, they're the top ones. Or are they? Yeah, they're the top ones. Footing bushings, I guess they're called. Footing. Drumzilla, possibly, but I'd modify them. I've done it before. I made a bushing adapter to fit what was left. Ah, interesting. Polyurethane bushing. It's pretty annoying though, isn't it? Like, I mean, okay, that's not helping me. I guess I'll be able to find it in here somewhere. Urethane shock bushings. Is that it there? Guess that's it there, isn't it? Yeah, that's them. And that's got the little, yeah, that's the bushing right there. So, heaven forbid, should I check on eBay? What did I search for? What's the product called? Vehicle applications. I guess I should confirm that this is the right one. RS984. RS984. What are these called again? RS9000. You need a vise or something to push the old bushing out and more so new bushing in. Yeah, I'll be able to do it probably at my work or at the motor mechanic across the way. Yo, H-Man. Hello. G'day, Hendrik. How you doing? What's cracking? Okay, it looks like we got the right bushing code here. Let's just see what this PDF says. Page is not found. Awesome. Mounting code. Let's just take a look on eBay machine. See what that comes up with. There you go. 65 bucks? For fucking what? RS9, 38 bucks. Are you kidding me, dude? 43 bucks? They're not cheap, are they? For the bushings? Why don't I bend over at the same time? US 20, so it's coming from the US as well. 65 AU from the United States. Damn, dude. Seriously? Let's see what locally comes up. Amazon.com. Let's see what Amazon comes up with. And there's that. They'll cost you. Right on, Drumzilla. Holy shit, dude. This is available in Amazon.au. Swish. Are we on? We're on Amazon.com. I'll go Amazon.au skins, and I'll just search RS984. So 44 bucks all told. So okay, so there's the question. There's the question. Keep your eye on Twitter. It looks like Pulse X is about to happen, dude. I'll talk about that in a second, but that's why I left them in. Just don't use a grinder; it'll melt the rubber. So you saying I could get this bar pin out without ruining the bushings? How? I like the idea. By the way, have I got no likes on this video, on this live stream? I see 0 likes. I see 4 of you watching and no likes, or have I got to refresh my trousers? I got no likes on the video. Smash the like-a-roos, you little unlikables. Yeah, if there's a way to get these out without ruining the bushings, I'm all about it. Yes, sir, I've done it. You cut one ear off, then press it out. in a vice, you still need a vice then, right? So you hacksaw. Now I don't know how well you can see, but you've obviously done this before. But I'll put it up against the light on this angel. I guess I'm gonna hacksaw straight down that side. Hacksaw that off, and then punch it out. That's it. Okay, yeah, all right. All right. I guess I'm going to ask my boss at work if I can use... Oh, well, first of all, I'm going to ask him if he's got a vice. Then I'm going to say I got to punch out a pin. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at that and thinking this is a good... It's not a fun job, but it's doable. Okay. Not a fun job. You're not really selling it to me. I mean, it makes sense, right? I've now got the item. I haven't paid for it, effectively. And I can either try to sell it and get the right item, or I can just manipulate this guy and get it out of there. Get him out of there. Yeah, I think I'll do that, dude. I think I'll do that. All right, let's put that aside and let's conclude that section of the stream, and let's talk a little. I did it for my race car. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is when I wish I was living in Adelaide, dude. I could just come over to your place and we could faff around with this and then drink Jack and talk shit all night. But that's too far to do, isn't it? I can't get on a plane. I can't imagine trying to take these on a plane. What do you got there, sir? Nothing. Looks like a bomb, hey. So let's just change angles here and talk a little about Pulse Chain and PulseX. And this is going to be super quick, but here's my take on it. Everyone on Twitter is going apeshit for Richard Hart announcing Pulse Chain launching. He's tweeting things like, "Oh, I've got to get 8 hours sleep in. Pulse Chain launching within 7 days. Get ready." Blah blah blah. Everybody's just taking his word for it. Yet he said that already heaps of times in the past. 2 weeks, mid-ish May. He said this over and over again, yet for some reason everybody thinks this is the time. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing happens and we go on from here months more. And there'll be some reason. They'll be like, "Oh, well, the dev found there was a mismatch in some uber snoober dooba doobie. And then we had to recode this, and then they forked this and did that." What I'm getting at is this has happened before, and everybody's been swearing it's going to happen. Yet for some reason this time everybody thinks it's going to happen. I'm like, dude, did you not learn anything from Richard Hart? Like he's probably just talking shit again. Do I want it to happen? Of course I do. I'm a sacrificer. I'm a hexagon. I wanted it to be there before I went to New Zealand. Remember this week last year, early May, I would have arrived in New Zealand today, 13th of May. And I started my job on the 9th of June. So I wanted Pulse Chain before then. But what I'm saying is, why would this be any different this time? It's the same pattern. Richard Hart G'ing everybody up on Twitter, getting all excited, getting everybody motivated, and then nothing happens. And then there's a reason. When PulseX goes live, please be very careful setting a slippage limit when you trade. Slippage limit protects you from sandwich bots and some bad luck. I mean, he's tweeted out endless amounts of content, right? I understand that this time there is more tweets, but the pattern is what I'm looking at. And everybody says, crypto moves in patterns. Well, I'm just saying it shouldn't come as a huge surprise if Pulse Chain doesn't launch within the next, now it's within the next 5 days, right? He tweeted 2 days ago about 7 days. So it's the 13th of May. Oh, look, put me on record. Put me on record as the only guy who's saying, are you sure about this, or are you just going to run with it because it's happened before over and over and over again? Not that I don't want it. Somebody clip that and tag it and Twitter and YouTube and put that out on Kick and D Live and tweet Richard Hart, because what's the saying? Once bitten, twice shy. Is there any reason why we should believe the tweets this time when over and over again the same tweet came out last time and the time before and the time before? Is it just because there's more of them this time that it makes it like more believable? I'm just saying. It may or may not happen. I tell you what will happen now though. I'm going to go, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to send a photo of this to my boss and say, well, I'm going to send a text first saying, do you have a vise in the shed? And if so, could I use it to do this job? And then see what he says. But I tell you what, I'm so stoked that I did this stream, because my initial plan was to sell these guys and rebuy. And I'm glad I don't have to. So thank you, James, for swinging in. By the way, once we've had our, and we haven't scheduled it yet, but once we have our group chat together, I'd like to do a group chat live where we talk about the tour. Like what happened on my Kick stream last week when we just popped up as conversation. Dale wanted to talk about the tour. I'd love to have that conversation. If can't be with all of you, if it can be, even better. But if not all of you can be there, it'd be rad to do a live stream where we just chat. I mean, first of all, we'll do one just between us, and then we'll have a conversation live where people can ask questions as well. If you all lot are down, if you lot are all down for that, I'm sure you are. Cool as, bro. Cheers, is. Thanks, H-Man. Thanks, Drumzilla. I'll be live later on Kick. I'm gonna do a stream later on. I wanna mow the lawn and go fishing, but I want to go surfing actually. I went surfing. I gotta edit the video from yesterday's surf, and also I've got to edit the last tour video. So I'm gonna be a little busy, and also I got to do something else. What else I got to do? Oh, I got to do something. I can't. Oh no, I got to put in a wall plate for hardwired Ethernet. But that'll all be coming anyway. All right, dudes. Cheers, ears. Don't forget, like the... Yeah, there you go. 3 likes. I appreciate that. Cheers, folks. Do the things. Have a good time. Happy Mother's Day for your mothers out there tomorrow. And stay safe on eBay. It's a tricky one out there. eBay. Get out of there.